Before you lay me down to sleep, pray to God my soul to keep. Jesus died and rose for me, heaven's what he chose for me. Try to open doors for me, life been just so hard for me. God forgive me for my sins, wash them all up off of me. Before you lay me down to sleep, pray to God my soul to keep. Jesus died and rose for me, heaven's what he chose for me. Try to open doors for me, life been just so hard for me. God forgive me for my sins, wash them all up off of me. I got no way else to go, so I'm down on my knees. Father, help me. Father, help me, Father, please. I'm sorry, would you forgive me? Accept my apologies. I know I was wrong, but please, if I pour out my heart to you, I know that you listen, cause you don't hear sinners pray unless it come to repentance. I know I done some ugly things, don't think less of me. I know you heard it all before, I know it all sound funny, but I can't get it out my head, cause I know I mess up. And mama taught me right from wrong, it ain't like I don't know what's up, but I go and do what I shouldn't do anyway. But anyway, I did it, Lord forgive me if they come and get me anyway. Get the whole out my head, I'm far too ashamed, and they would never understand, it'd be too hard to explain. Father, please forgive me for my sins, I got some filthy ways, Lord, they need to be cleansed. Before you lay me down to sleep, pray to God my soul to keep. Jesus died and rose for me, heaven's what he chose for me. Try to open doors for me, life been just so hard for me. God forgive me for my sins, wash them all up off of me. Before you lay me down to sleep, pray to God my soul to keep. Jesus died and rose for me, heaven's what he chose for me. Try to open doors for me, life been just so hard for me. God forgive me for my sins, wash them all up off of me. Wanted to be delivered from my terrible ways and be saved. I left the altar every Sunday amazed how I could go home and drink, roll a blunt up and blaze. I wasn't playing with you, God, I really wanted to change. I was willing to change, this reef was killing my brains. And it's strange, I bet you people needles still in their veins, still in bondage with invisible chains. They can't see them but they there, but God's freedom always remains. Because of fear, we'd rather be in bondage and loss, instead of recognizing Jesus set us free on the cross. And whosoever shall believe in them shall never perish but have everlasting life. How many of you will believe in them? The devil been deceiving them, open their eyes. Every lamb of God ain't just a wolf in disguise. The devil's like a lion seeking whom he may devour, and people die without the love of Jesus every hour. Before you lay me down to sleep, pray to God my soul to keep. Jesus died and rose for me, heaven's what he chose for me. Try to open doors for me, life been just so hard for me. God forgive me for my sins, wash them all up off of me. Before you lay me down to sleep, pray to God my soul to keep. Jesus died and rose for me, heaven's what he chose for me. Try to open doors for me, life been just so hard for me. God forgive me for my sins, wash them all up off of me. This ain't just another song, these are lyrics. When you hear it in your spirit, you just gotta feel a little wrong. Can't we all just get along? Let's get it on. Jesus is alive, he's never left you alone, and I'm a witness. What do I have to say to help you get this? This is a sticky topic, let me see how I'ma put this. I must admit this, God has been a good fella. I like to call him Godzilla, he's a killer. The people who don't know him, but I know him as a healer. There's never been nobody realer. Feel me, never forsake me, and he said he wouldn't leave me. I'm standing right beside you, believe me, I love you, you need me. Now that's the type of God I'm serving. 10% of my earnings to give away all of my burdens, that's nothing. But just you huffing, still puffing, still bluffing, like you gon' give an offering to show how much you love him. But please, cause he don't need your cash. But just remember all the things you do for Jesus to last. Arise, come forth and be alive. Close your eyes, open up your hearts and lift the Lord to the skies. You say they put their hands on me, you say they persecute me, lock me up in prison, but your soldiers will salute me. You say you give me wisdom when it's time for me to speak. You say relatives will betray me, friends will let them come slay me. In other words, they gon' play me, they ain't really won't hear me. Probably kill me and bury me any way they can lay me. Just because of your name, they hear that's in vain. But Lord, I ain't intimidated, Lord, no, I'm ashamed. They did Jesus the same, so what you think they do to me, huh? Crucify him, now you see, huh? But he who endures to the end shall be saved. These are the Lord's words, God, soldiers be brave.